and welcome to Selling in Southern Maryland, a homeowner workshop where a successful sale starts today. If you're struggling to make decisions regarding the sale of your home, or if you just want up-to-date market and marketing information, you've made a great decision to join me today. Make sure that you stay to the end of today's webinar because I'm going to have an exclusive offer just for those of you that finish. I'm Christina Wolfrum, a Southern Maryland RE/MAX 1 Realtor and lead listing and marketing strategist. In just a few short years, I've helped Southern Marylanders buy and sell over 120 homes with a 5-star satisfaction rating. Today's event is going to last less than 30 minutes, and it's going to be packed full with important information to help you make your next big move. In today's webinar, I'm going to show you how to sell your Southern Maryland home quickly, efficiently, and for the highest net profits that the market will allow. My hope is that by attending today's event, you'll feel thoroughly informed about the current market, the selling process, and how to effectively market your home. All of this so that you can confidently move forward. But to be fully transparent, I want to sell your home, and I'm going to ask you to have that conversation with me. But I'm going to save that for the end because regardless of whether or not you list with me, I'm going to provide a ton of valuable information that will help you with your move and all of the big decisions leading up to it. As I mentioned, I'm offering a special bonus to anyone that completes today's workshop. This bonus is a big thank you for joining and also because you deserve it. Just by being here today, you're showing me that you're willing to do what it takes to be successful. You like to be prepared and you understand that selling your home requires some big and very important decisions. I want to give you every opportunity to achieve your home selling goals and turn the page on this chapter in your life. This bonus will do just that. You know, realtor marketing and negotiation skills, they can only get you so far if your home doesn't show well. So taking this step can make a huge difference in the success of your sale. So stay to the end to be able to claim this fun offer. But first, let's make your time here count. I'd love for you to turn off all distractions and also jump in with any questions along the way. If I don't get to the answer in today's webinar, I'll include it in the resource packet that's emailed at the end of today's event. So whether you're a seasoned home seller or a first timer, you'll likely feel nervous about selling your home. It is a big deal and there is a lot that goes into it. If you've tried to sell in the past and it didn't work out, you likely feel frustrated, and I don't blame you. Maybe you aren't even sure that you want to sell, but you feel curious about what to expect and how it all works. Or maybe you just feel really excited to get started and move on. Regardless of which category you're in, we're going to settle all of those feelings today by reviewing everything you need to know to be ready to sell. I'm going to review the current market conditions, timing your sale, the 10-step home selling process, members of the transaction, my 3-phase marketing system, selling a home to buy a home, what to expect from a listing agent, how to choose your listing agent, today's big bonus, and then what to do next. So let's get the facts out of the way first and jump into current market conditions. You need to know the market in order to understand what to expect when you jump in. Over the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen a lot of micro sellers markets. This means that in specific zip codes and neighborhoods, we've seen bidding wars and a lack of available options for buyers, which has made for really high demand. Now we're seeing things kind of level out. I'd call it strong and steady. While we aren't seeing the same bidding wars that we did in recent months, we're experiencing stable pricing and low to average inventory, which means demand is still up. In August, there were even slight upticks with the average value or average price jumping up 2.7% across the state, with the number of homes on the market dropping by 3.1%, according to the Maryland Association of Realtors. Really low interest rates are still hanging around. They were not predicted to do this, so it is great for you selling your home. They've even dipped into the high 2s for a short time last month for buyers with excellent credit and certain loan programs. This, of course, is really rare, but the averages are still low, rolling around the high 3s to the low 4s. This means that buyers have a lot of buying power. Their money can go a long way right now. So let's talk about the cost of selling your home. The goal here, of course, is to net as much as the market will allow. Properly pricing and effectively marketing your home will get you just that. To get those results, here are the expenses that you can expect. First of all, you have state and local transfer and recordation taxes and fees. This is the money that the state and the county charge for you to transfer ownership. This is based on a percentage of the sales price, and it varies county by county. It's typically split between the buyer and the seller, but can be negotiated differently in some situations. Next, you have real estate commissions. Then you have a deed preparation fee, which is charged by the title company for drafting and filing the new deed, which releases you from ownership. If you have a mortgage on your home, your current lender will charge a small fee to release the loan and process the required paperwork. This is generally under $200. Of course, you'll have to account for the money that you still owe on your current loan, plus any interest that accrues through the date of closing. Then you may have other expenses depending on items that are negotiated in the sale. This could include closing costs, a home warranty, repairs, or some other miscellaneous items. Like I mentioned earlier, the current market is staying strong and steady. Homes that are priced well and marketed correctly are selling well. The average time on the market is between 30 and 60 days. To get this, it takes an integrated marketing approach. Old school methods no longer work on their own. A campaign that integrates traditional methods with modern methods is necessary to get noticed by the right buyers. Today's buyer is smart and they have great options. They are tech savvy, which means they can do their research. Like they have access to search sites and tax records and GIS mapping and so much more. By the time they schedule a tour of your home, most buyers know more about it than the average agent. Not only are they smart, they have great options to choose from. Many buyers qualify for zero down payment or low down payment options with historically low interest rates. They also expect to take advantage of closing assistance, which is very common in most areas. Closing costs are the expenses that come with purchasing a home. This includes loan origination fees, title expenses, prepaid taxes and utility bills, and more. In today's market, it is common for the seller to pay this. It's so common, in fact, that when I suggest a price for your home, it includes this expense. So think of it as part of the price because the appraiser certainly will. So this is a big question that I get asked all the time. What time of year is the best time to sell? Knowing what to expect in each market can help you to put your plan together and figure out when the best time is for you. So let's first talk about what drives our current market. Since our local economy is heavily dependent on surrounding military bases, people are moving at all times of the year. Military transfers, new hires, and job transfers can happen at any time, and for that reason, our local housing market doesn't see the same drastic highs and lows that most areas see. You will find that you have a different buyer for each season. So in the spring, you may find the emotional buyer that's excited and motivated by the beautiful weather and the abundance of new listings on the market. So where in the winter, you may have less buyers, but those buyers are sometimes more motivated. People that are willing to go out in the cold and icy weather often need to move, where the spring and summer buyers often want to move. So there's really no good and bad time to sell. There is a good buyer for every season. After today's webinar, you'll receive an email from me that will include links to several blog posts that I've written. One of them is all about timing your home sale. So this will dive a little bit deeper into this topic with more information to help you make the best decision. So now let's talk about the 10-step home selling process. It's important to understand the process because knowing what to expect will eliminate that stress that's associated with moving forward and making the next step. So the first step is the agent consultation. This might take place over the phone or in person, but either way, during an agent consultation, we'll discuss your home and your situation and what your goals are for the sale. We'll talk about the marketing plan that would be specific to your home. We'll also talk about the terms of a listing agreement and discuss any questions that you have. Next, you'll sign a listing agreement. This outlines the basic details of the sale and the terms that you and your agent agree upon. Here is where I have to say that I can only speak for myself and how I do things. Every agent has their own way of listing homes, and from here on out, I'm explaining my system of doing things. This system has proven highly successful and has turned out great results and very happy clients. It all starts with a coming soon period, but I'll talk more about that in the marketing section of today's webinar. The next step is the listing launch period, which is where all of the work that I've been doing in the coming soon phase goes live and your home becomes available to the public. Next, your home is active. And this is where that campaign gets rolled into the active listing phase. But again, we'll talk more about the marketing shortly. So next we have offers, negotiations, and contracts. So once you're on the market, we'll have showings. These showings produce offers that I then negotiate into a sales contract. After that, we have inspections and your appraisal. This is when your buyer has a third-party inspector come through and check out the condition of the home. The appraiser will be sent by the lender to check some basic condition items, but mostly to confirm that your home is worth a contract price. Next, we have repairs and the final walkthrough. So after the inspection, your buyer will likely request certain repairs. Even if your home is in great condition, it's not uncommon to have at least a small repair list. In some situations, we may negotiate the list just a bit, but once all parties agree, you'll proceed with making those repairs, and you'll leave enough time at the end of the contract period so the buyer can complete a walkthrough and see the completed repairs prior to settlement. With the contract period now ending or nearing an end, we'll finalize the information with the title company. They will have been in touch earlier in the process to get your mortgage loan information so that they can process your payoff. But at this point, we'll be answering any last-minute questions they have and reviewing your final closing disclosure. I'll review it thoroughly for accuracy and then answer any questions that you may have. Then you move out and you complete settlement. Hand over the keys to the new homeowner. Now that you know how the process goes, let's talk about who's involved in the transaction. It's always good to be familiar with the team that will be working to get you to closing. So of course you have the buyer and the seller. Then you have the listing agent, who is the agent that represents you as the homeowner. You have the buyer's agent, that's the agent that represents the person purchasing your home. Then you have the mortgage lender, who is the person that provides the funding for your buyer to make the purchase. The title company is the one that will be processing the title search, providing the buyer with title insurance, and reviewing all loan documents. They'll also be drafting the deed and other closing paperwork. They'll be the ones that review this with you while you sign documents on closing day. Inspectors are the people that are hired by the buyer to check on the condition of the property. The appraiser is the person sent by the lender to confirm basic condition requirements as well as the value of your home. Contractors are people you would hire to complete any repair items that are negotiated in the sale. I'd love to get some feedback from you here in the chat box. I'm curious if anyone has sold a home before. Yes or no is appreciated, but I would love to see a note about your experience. Was it good? Was it bad? Maybe this is your first time selling. Either way, I would love for you to drop a note in the chat box. So now let's jump into the stuff that's going to make the biggest difference in the success of your sale. This is going to be my 3-phase marketing process. If you want to see big results and have a great experience, then you have to up-level your exposure. I've created a proven system that generates high levels of interest, reduces the amount of time spent on the market, and nets the most amount of money that the market will allow. This is one proven system with multiple places for customization. This is what one of my home selling clients had to say. In fact, I'm currently working on my 3rd sale with them. I've sold 2 homes and now they're ready to buy. Another great client said this, and these reviews mean the world to me because I truly care about every person that I work with. I understand completely what a big deal this is, and I want to make it as good of an experience as I possibly can. So hearing this feedback is incredibly important to me. So here's where the fun begins, at least for me, because I am a marketing specialist. Marketing is my passion. I love it, and I do it very differently than most agents. I break things up into 3 phases, and each one is equally important. I treat your home like an individual product, unique and deserving of a full launch strategy. It starts with a coming soon period. So think of it this way. When Apple is about to release a new iPhone, they don't tell you about it the day that they release it. They tell you about it a few months in advance and tease you with a few basic details that they know will spark your interest. Interested buyers then go on their page and try to find out details and just get even more curious when they can't find all the answers until the release date. All of those pages that are visited have tracking codes on them. So when they have new information on the new iPhone to release or they set a release date, they can target those interested buyers and make sure that they see the new ads. So when the new phone is released, they can easily get the sales page in front of the buyers they already know are interested. That's exactly what my coming soon period does. I'm generating interest, collecting the information of potential buyers, and using retargeting technology to consistently provide engaging information to those people that have expressed an interest. So this sets up the perfect scenario for success. Also during this time, the professional photographer and videographer are completing their visit, and I'm drafting and editing all of the marketing materials, including the videos, photo libraries, social media ads, the MLS descriptions, and more. This ensures that when your home goes live on the market, our first impression is perfect and complete. You'll use this time to finish up your to-do list of items that we may have discussed, or to take advantage of the bonus that I'm offering you for finishing this webinar. Next, we have the just listed, or the home launch phase. This is when all of the marketing that I've been working on during the coming soon period goes live and your home becomes available to the public. Once your home is live and active on all search sites, it rolls into the active listing phase of our marketing campaign, where new advertisements and marketing tasks are taking place each week. So I use a very integrated, complete marketing system with all of the components that have proven to generate results. More traditional methods that I still use include the MLS. This is a centralized database where home listings are entered to ensure all agents and the public have access to your home's information. I use search sites such as Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor.com, and I fully optimize these by going into each one to customize based on the features that they offer. I'll put up a sign and install a lockbox so that agents can find and access your home for showings. I'll also use direct mail, so your home will be included in a direct mail campaign geared towards people in your area that have expressed an interest in similar homes to yours, or renters, or neighbors that may know somebody that wants to live in your neighborhood. Modern marketing is how to truly up-level your exposure and boost your home above the rest. Most agents don't know how to do this, and some don't even think that it's important to try. Social media is a way to get in front of the largest pool of potential buyers, track their interest, and retarget them based on their activities associated with your listing. It's a no-brainer to use this resource at a high level. I have recently implemented a new resource by hiring professional writers to draft your property description and a blog post geared towards increasing search engine optimization. I hire professional photographers and videographers to ensure the best possible online experience. I implement a full 3-phase product launch. My main focus is on lead capture and conversion because people seeing your home's picture online is very, very different than engaging with an advertisement and being routed into my system for lead follow-up. You know, a funny fact, even when it's not my buyer, 9 times out of 10, I ask at the closing table how they found the listing, how they saw it first, and they say that it was one of my ads that exposed them first. It wasn't their agent or a search site, but one of my strategically placed ads. So some of you may be selling a home in order to buy a home. Whether you are moving up to a larger forever home or you're downsizing downsizing. There are some logistics to consider. There's 3 different ways to do this. First, you might be selling to buy, meaning that you plan to sell your home first, stay in temporary housing of some sort, maybe with family or a rental home, and then look for a home to buy afterwards. You might be in a position to be able to buy a home, move into it, and then sell your old home. This option is great because you can move out of your current home, clean it, and maybe even stage it a little bit so that it looks awesome every time you have a showing. You also don't have to worry about cleaning and wrestling with kids and pets and clearing out each time you have someone that wants to look at your home. And third, you may choose to buy while selling, making your home purchase contingent on the sale of your current home. Whether or not this is a viable option may depend on current market conditions. In areas where homes are selling fast, sellers may not be willing to accept a contingent offer, where they have to wait a long time to know if it's going to work out, because they know it's pretty likely they'll receive a non-contingent offer if they just wait. We'll discuss these options in detail when you have your agent consultation, if you are selling to buy. I'll also include a blog post link in the resource packet that I'll be sending out after the webinar that goes into this in further detail. So now let's talk about what to expect from a listing agent. This is another one of those areas where I can only speak for myself. This is what you could expect from me if you decide to use me as your listing agent. Regardless, it will give you a good idea of what to look for. I believe you deserve a higher level of service, and my business practices are designed to do just that. I will complete and manage all of your paperwork. I'll create and implement a full-scale marketing campaign. That campaign will generate interest that will allow me to follow up and turn leads into showings. I'll manage those showings, whether I conduct them myself or I ensure that the showing agent has all pertinent information to do so. Then we'll collect offers. I'll negotiate the very best terms possible. Then I'll facilitate the inspections and the appraisal. I will troubleshoot any obstacles or issues that arise, and there are always things that come up. Most of them are resolved before you even know they existed. I like my calls to include good news. I'll conduct weekly or daily check-ins with all the other parties that are involved in the transaction. I'm the liaison between everybody. This includes the lender, the inspector, the buyer's agent, contractors, the title company or attorney, and anyone else that's involved. I'll also maintain all the timelines, perform my duties as outlined in our agreement, and I'll prompt you when your attention is needed so you never have to worry if things are being taken care of. I'll also ensure that all of the other parties involved are adhering to the timelines. I'll ensure a smooth path to the closing table by reviewing all closing documents for completion and accuracy, answering your questions. I'll confirm all details for your final settlement, and then I'll be your closing day support and co-celebrator. I'll do whatever else is needed. I'll be there to take care of it. Seriously, I mean this. I have replaced toilet seats for a homeowner when he got called out of town the week before closing and couldn't get to it. So let's talk about how to select an agent. I want you to be able to move forward with confidence. No two agents are the same. It doesn't matter what company they come from or what they charge. You need to select a full service agent with the skills to give you truly full service if you want to get the most out of your home sale. You need an agent with a thorough knowledge of the contract and all other forms. The agent needs to have expert level marketing skills to ensure maximum exposure to the right people and have a deep understanding of the current market and how, not just an understanding of the market, but how to navigate it to your benefit. This is the only way to effectively negotiate the best terms possible. And don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. You need to know that the agent you pick can get you the results that they claim to be able to get you. Here are a few things you should know, and here are my stats. One of the links that I'm going to send you is for a blog post where I put together the top 10 questions that you should always ask when interviewing a listing agent. You'll also find all of my answers there. in addition to the ones you see here. Experience, abilities, and track record are all things that can vary greatly between agents. This will determine the results they can produce and the level of service they can provide, and ultimately the net proceeds that you'll see in your bank account when it's all over. So, who should you hire? We're almost at the end, so don't forget to hang out a few more minutes so that you can claim my home seller resource packet and my big free bonus offer. But first, let's go back to why you're here. You want to feel confident in understanding the current market and what it may mean for you. You're looking for a clear path to move forward with your next moving decision. You want to move past the frustration of having so many options and so many moving pieces to consider when making these big decisions. So the way I see it, you have two options. One, you could stay put and do nothing. Or two, you could follow a clear path with proven results. So let's talk about the big bonus. I love this part. For completing today's webinar, I'm offering you a free consultation with a professional interior designer. This person will spend 1 to 2 hours with you in your home, working with you to come up with a plan to ensure your home shows as well as it possibly can. I mean, this part is fun. They'll walk you through each room and provide a full typed out plan on how to rearrange furniture, what to pack, what to paint, and more. This is a sure way to set you up for success. Having a professional, someone with an outside perspective to help you create a space that every buyer will love will pay off big time when it's time to sell. Your second bonus is the seller resource packet that I mentioned a few times. It will include links to additional information to help you make the best decisions possible. In order to claim today's bonuses, all you have to do is schedule a 15 to 30-minute telephone consultation with me. You'll need to click the button here within the next few minutes. You have to do it before today's webinar ends. Once you do so, a page will pop up that gives you access to my calendar. You'll then be able to select the day and time that works best for you. Completing this call locks in your bonus offer. There are a few conditions, but they're super simple. You must click the link and schedule the call during today's webinar before it ends. I have several days and times available over the next week or so for you to choose from. Of course, I can only offer this bonus if you list your home with me. And lastly, you must list your home within 6 months of today's webinar in order to qualify. On this call, we will assess your needs, we'll discuss the options, and decide if we may be a good fit to work together. Again, here are today's bonuses. I'd love for you to grab them by clicking the button to sign up for a quick call. So don't wait. This offer is only good while this webinar is still open. With respect to those that grab it during the event, I cannot offer it to anyone that doesn't take advantage of it before I end the webinar. So go grab your spot now to ensure you get the bonus if you choose to move forward. When you click the button here, you'll see this window pop up. It will give you access to the days and times that I have available for your call. You'll select the one that works best for you. You'll then fill out your information so that I know who you are and how to reach you during our scheduled time. You'll then see a confirmation page that looks like this. You'll also receive an email confirming our appointment. Make sure that you add it to your calendar. If you haven't clicked the button yet, you may be thinking, I'm not ready. Just remember that part of scheduling a quick consultation is to come up with a plan. It's not an obligation to list or to list with me. It's purely to discuss your options, answer your questions, and explore the possibility that we may be a good match to work together. If you're thinking that you're not quite ready, this call is exactly what you need. You might just be thinking, I'm just not sure about timing. Then you need the two things I'm offering, a resource guide to help you make these decisions and a free phone consultation to discuss your situation. Or maybe you're thinking, my house it's not ready. And again, you need this. Not only will claiming the bonus by scheduling a call provide a plan for you to move forward, it also gives you the ability to take advantage of a professional interior designer completely free of charge to you to help you get your home ready. So take the first step and click the button to schedule your call. Here is what a few more of my clients had to say. And I can't wait to add your happy testimonial to a future webinar. Thank you so much for joining today. If you haven't done so already, I'm about to end today's webinar. So please take this last opportunity to click the button and schedule your call. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you very soon.